Those who go to gurus and say, Mother, will you please give a job to my son? You don't know what to say. You should say to such a person, now, my child, you are not yet fit, you are not yet mature to come down here. Or if you go to someone to ask for, say, a diamond ring, or anyone says that I give diamond ring in the name of God, and you are quite satisfied with such an answer, then you are no good as a Sikh. No, useless for Sahaja Yoga especially. Or somebody who says, I will cure you, and for curative you go to someone. All right, a person may cure you, but you are no good as a seeker. Why should God cure anyone who is not seeking God? I mean, why should I repair this instrument if it is not going to carry my voice? Or else some of you, if you go to a guru and if he tells you a story like this, that you have to pay me some money for this. Because if you don't pay me money, you cannot be involved into this kind of a thing. You better slap such a guru on his face and tell him that, what do you think of me? It's complete indignity to your seeking. He wants to involve you through taking money from you. Can't you see that he is insulting you by saying that you are such a materialist, that when you give me money, then only you will be attached to seeking of God? Just think of it. All such arguments people give you, and if you accept them, and if you follow such gurus, you cannot mature for seeking. And you have to be genuine, you have to be wise to understand that you are seeking your fulfillment. You are not seeking money and diamond rings and these tomfooleries that are going on, and you are not there to witness them, and these foolish magical tricks of people, but you are going to witness the magic of God. Then in the seeking also you must know that if God is the universal being, anybody who professes that we are the chosen ones and nobody else can be a chosen one, or he was the only prophet and he was the only God, and because he belonged to some organization, is nothing but absurd fanaticism and ugliness. Do not deceive yourself. Please try to understand. Self-deception will never be forgiven by God. Amoeba, does he deceive himself if he sees the food there? Does he? Or a lion, or even a frog. It has such a little brain. It understands what it is seeking. Will he deceive himself? But human beings deceive themselves morning till evening. We have to seek God. We have to seek our fulfillment. We have to relate to that wholesomeness that is God, the primordial being, the whole of it. This is what we have to seek. You are created for that. If you study a little fetus in the womb of the mother, you will be amazed that the whole of the fetus is looked after by the navel cord from the mother. And though all the portions of the fetus are not yet fully developed as to get connected with the brain completely from the very beginning, still through one channel it is fed, looked after, managed. Then the child is removed from the mother when the child is born, and gradually all the sensations and coordinations of all these different sensory organs and organs of motion and organs of automatic functions are created gradually, very gradually, as he starts growing. But once the connections are established, a human being starts acting. On his own, the whole body acts together. It knows when it is pinched here in the finger, the whole body knows that you are pinched. The whole knows about what has happened here. The whole connection is established. It's a living process, it's a growing process which works on. But with human beings, there's a very big problem. The biggest problem, I would say, that they are always identified with imperfections, with wrong ideas, and only in the human beings these things happen. That's why one has to be careful. Dog can smell better than you do, and it knows what to eat, what not to eat. You don't know. You don't know what is a real guru and a dirty guru and a horrible guru and a vicious man. You cannot make out. Somebody runs out of the jail, he wears a dress, comes to England, I am the guru, great, and thousands will be right there. They don't know. And the more he has, the better it is. But there is a way. God has already placed that within yourself. For your growth, He has placed within you, only He is testing your genuineness. But if you are so obstinate as to stick on to some misidentified, nonsensical things, you cannot work it out. Be free from all these things. Open out yourself. You all have to be aware of the whole. You all have to get self-realization. Though by that, God will feel His fulfillment of His creation, no doubt. And He has to do it. He will do it. But He'll have to work very hard. And still, if you do not accept the truth, then the truth will be expressed, no doubt. But then the untruth has to be destroyed. And at that time, those who are identified with untruth will be also destroyed. Before that, take heed to your wisdom and know what we have to seek. We have to seek our wholesomeness, which we have partially expressed in our political and our economical and social clubs. All this has to be integrated. All the great religions which have been propounded in the growth of human beings, which have substantially helped in the growth of human beings, which are the substratum of their living, has to be integrated in that happening. For example, I meet, supposing, a Hindu. Then he says, Mother, how do you talk of Christ? We don't believe in Christ. Now you are a very, very great person not to believe in Christ. Who are you not to believe in Christ? What do you think of yourself? What do you mean by saying that you don't believe in Christ? Do you know it is blasphemous to say such horrible things about any great incarnation on this earth? There are some who say we do not believe in Moses or in Guru Nanaka or in Muhammad Sahib. Who are you? I don't believe. I don't believe. What is your belief? Or on what it is based? Why do you say such things? What do you know about them? Did they ever say that? For example, when Christ came, did he say that Moses was wrong? Did he say so? When Nanaka came, did he say that Muhammad was wrong? Did any one of these great saints say so? Then who are you to denounce them?